right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cluster API Provider Azure Office Hours, our weekly meeting. It's April 27th, and as you probably are well aware, we are a sub-project of the SIG Cluster Lifecycle Kubernetes umbrella project, and we try and work with the other projects, and we also comply with their rules of conduct, which basically boils down to try not to talk over each other and everyone be polite. This is the time where if someone's new here or wants to jump in and say something, please do so. I'll be quiet for a few seconds. I think everybody's a familiar face, but if you want to say something, go for it. All right. If you wouldn't mind adding your name to the attendees list here, that's something we usually try to do. And we can move on to open discussion. There's really nothing on the agenda except I just put on, should we do patch releases today? It seems like the answer is probably yes. We haven't done one in a couple weeks, and now all of a sudden we actually have some substantive fixes in both 1.7 and 1.8 branches. This is what we've got in 1.7. General bug fixes, and 1.8 has a few more than that. Some CI related stuff, this timeout be helpful, actually quite a bit. So I think the answer is yes, because we don't want things to pile up. And last week we had nothing. My only question was, and I don't know if anybody here really knows to answer this, but maybe we want to wait for this to merge, or maybe not. But if anybody has opinions on the patch releases, let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably follow up with Mark right after this and see if he thinks this is worth holding up a patch for. I would default to no. Anyway, I think we should probably do a patch release. Anybody have any feedback on that or comments? All right, I'm just gonna plan on going ahead and doing it this afternoon then, and I'll get with Mark and make sure that it's okay to go ahead without that 3488 having merged. Next topic. I'm trying to go slowly so Willie had enough time to type this in. But are you ready? You want to talk about this? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, this is just something quick. I'm working on removing old API versions from CAPZ, following the CAPI announcement of the deprecation of those API versions. And yeah, so this should be ready for review like very soon. So if anyone's willing to take a look at it, be awesome. Most of it is just like deleting the V1, Alpha 3, and Alpha 4 folders, but there's a lot of random places where I have to change like variables and rename things. So there's a lot. And also a big thing is I repurposed the API version upgrade test to upgrade from V1.0 to head instead of V1 Alpha 4. So yeah, those are the main things to look out for if you're trying to review this. But yeah, this might take a bit to review, so just announcing this kind of early. Oh, Matt, I think you're muted if you're talking.
Yeah, that would help if I weren't muted. I was just saying the impressive thing is that we're getting rid of 23K locks here.
Yeah. It was very satisfying deleting those folders.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I'll definitely take another look. So this is no longer a whip, or it's close to being.
I'm going to change the title in a sec. Yeah.
Killer. Excellent. Okay, any questions about that? We don't have anything else on the agenda unless somebody has something to add last minute here. And here's where we usually go through milestone review, assuming nobody has any other topics to bring up. And this is basically it. This is the last week, really, unless we slip this date, which I think we don't intend to. Generally speaking, I think we're trying to stick with the dates rather than wait until certain features land. So it's important that we actually go over this because this is kind of our last hurrah. On the other hand, we have kind of sparse attendance here, so it'd be great if we had a few more people to weigh in. But so I don't want to bog us down with this too much. Maybe we can just kind of scroll over these, and if people have any comments about any of these in particular, that's not going to make it because we only have a couple days left on the calendar. Then let me know. So BNI. Is this assigned to you, Nawaz, or is this umbrella? Yeah, Steve. So is this still happening?
Yeah, Matt. That is still happening. Sorry, I'm not able to speak much.
Oh, no worries.
I have a really bad sore throat.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm still trying to push it. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to push it should be mergeable, but if in case we cannot, then I'll probably drop it later.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. And also, I broke my own rule of let's not drill into these unless people raise their hands. So let's just keep rolling over them. And if you want to volunteer information about one of these, let me know. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure at this point that the whole pod identity thing is not going to land because I know Ashutosh worked really hard on it, but it's kind of been sitting there for a week and a half or so. But we have a few days left on the calendar and he's not here to weigh in. So I think we should just leave it, but it seems pretty likely these are going to slip to the next one, which is fine. This I still haven't looked into. I need to do that today. And the same for this one. Okay. Confidential VMs seems like it's going to need a little more massaging, but maybe it's got a fighting chance. And I think this is about ready to merge. Cecile had some good comments, and then these other ones become sort of trivial compared to, so hopefully, so that one. Anyway, I don't see anything to kick off, but let me know if, yeah, Willie, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering like how urgent it is it to remove V1 Alpha 3 and 4 from the release, because I didn't realize the release was so close, and I guess I don't want to rush people to like review like this giga PR. So I don't know, like I guess and most of it is like improving the dev side, which is like not having to write all those conversion files, and also what else? Oh yeah, the end-to-end test. So yeah, I don't know if I want to rush people to review this before the release, and maybe it's not a good idea to merge this right before a release. So I was wondering what people's thoughts are, John.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, is there a way where we can kind of scope this PR a little bit more narrowly to be like just the stuff that we need, like minimally remove V1 Alpha 3 and V1 Alpha 4 without doing like the whole thing? Like, would that be helpful? Is there a good way to do that, do you think? If we need to do that?
I don't know, because I think I basically I did what was I think minimally, which is just deleting the folders and updating references kind of just editing the docs and the API version upgrade test, which is the only test that kind of got broken. Everything else was fine. So this is, unfortunately, I think the most minimal this PR is.
Okay.
I was kind of thinking it makes more sense to merge it right before a minor release. And so there would be reason to try and get it in for this, but now I'm not able to explain why. So maybe that doesn't make any sense. Something about like, it's a large change. Obviously, it removes a ton of files, and maybe that makes it harder for us to cherry pick things backwards, but it really doesn't. In fact, it kind of makes life simpler once we've merged it. There's less surface that could cause a cherry pick. So I don't know. So I'm kind of, I don't have a strong opinion. I think it might be fine or even preferable to merge it after the minor release is my thinking, but.
Okay. Yeah, cool. I think I guess it's not super difficult to review because you just have to like ignore all the files I just removed because I just straight up deleted the entire folder. So I'll like, I guess I can just push for reviews right now and see where that goes. But yeah, it was just some thought I had.
That's great though. I'm psyched for it to land just because having effectively dead files in the project is a certain amount of cognitive overhead every time you're in there. And so
Yeah, for
smaller is
sure.
better. Yeah. Okay, cool. Any other questions or anything about that? The other half of milestone review, I guess, is there any new stuff that absolutely must go in the milestone? But I think I'm not sure it's worth bothering with that because there's only a couple days left, and I don't know. Maybe we can take a quick flyer over and just see if there's any issues. Well, so this should be, I guess I should have put this on the milestone because I do intend it to get in there. Button, there we go. These test coverage, some of these are in progress, but really don't need to be attached to a milestone, I don't think. Private link. This one. Well, that seems important, but we don't have a PR in progress, so it's probably not worth attaching it to this milestone because that's not going to happen. All right, well, unless anyone sees anything jumping out here, I'm going to leave them as is. Sound good? All right. Oh, wow. Let's see if I can hit the right tab. There we go. That's all for the agenda, but anybody have anything else they want to bring up? Cool. All right. We'll give you some time back and we'll see you hopefully next Thursday. Have a good week.
Yep. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks.